Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm your host, Jake.
I'm host, Tyler.
Welcome to the weekly roundup on A2D Radio, coming live from the Real Talk Studios. Today we're just going to be covering what happened this week in sports. First thing we're going to cover is basically all the trades that took place throughout the whole entire week throughout the NFL. A lot of things that shocked us, a lot of things that we're not really surprised about.
Even some things about the how I work in the cat space, all that.
And also, of course, I'm wearing my Bryce Harper jersey since today was his debut.
It's got you about Bryce.
But how you doing, Tyler? How you doing?
Good, man. Doing, man.
Good, good. We talked about having a show for a while, and it's finally
a few years
here.
Now. It's been a dream for a while now, to be honest.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What was the trade this week in the NFL, or even move in the NFL that shocked you this week?
Well, it would have been an A/B to the Bills, my big thing here, but that didn't happen now. Well. A few minutes ago, Hodge now with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, he just signed with the Chiefs for.
So that's a pretty big thing.
It was a year contract.
That was a year contract, yeah, a year.
Yeah, okay. So, and obviously, Cowboys brought back the old man, Jason Witten.
Yeah, out of retires, somehow, some way.
I mean, I'm not necessarily shocked just because of how he screwed over Dallas, not taking away Dallas Goedert, but I don't know. I mean, I just you're just putting tread on just old tires.
See, I think he got so much backlash of being in talk show and being on ESPN. After he left, that whole the dude on the sideline is gone too now.
Well, the thing is too that you bring up a good point because throughout his entire career, he's never had anyone criticize him and all that. But as soon as the first couple weeks of doing a show on ESPN, had the Booker Mobile, that thing's gone too, thank God.
Yeah, but whole, big block screen there.
Yeah, right. And people were hounding him on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
hounding him on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And he's just throughout his entire career, he's never been used to it. He's never had that criticism, and now he's back to a place where he's comfortable in the Cowboys for the year.
And I agree. But he thinks he'll get a ring. I do not think so at all. There's just no way. There's no way in hell that the Cowboys will get a ring anytime soon.
With that quarterback, yeah, with Dak Prescott, no.
And now with Dak getting that maybe $30 million guarantee a year, that's just absurd.
Well, that's the rumor right now, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see once. Now
that actually happens.
He's not worth $30 million a year.
God,
we know that.
No, not at all.
But let's go to the family real quick. First things first. David Roscoe, what up, boys? My Angels will have a great start. Yeah, they will, but will they make it to the playoffs? I don't see it.
I don't see it, no.
Ricky Galone, what's up, bro? What's up, brothers? What's up, Rick? How you doing? Crossing guard Ken, how you doing,
welcome,
gentlemen?
Ken.
Welcome. Brian, what's up, fellas? What's up, Brian? But
now, who do you guys? What do you think Hal's gonna do next? Who will he sign next?
Who will
Howie sign next?
Well, Jason Lockenfora just tweeted about an hour ago. It's between us and the Raiders right now for Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that blows my mind, to be honest. You would never think that the Eagles. Now, I love A.B. to pieces. He's a great player, but I do not think the Eagles need that kind of attitude on our team.
No, but they do, but they don't. Because here's the thing. I had the same issue with Michael Bennett coming in, and
oh yeah, totally.
Ricky, my coworker, he can attest to it too. He hated when we signed him.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, he had a phenomenal year last year, and a lot of things, or a lot of players that we have in the locker room, kind of helped that. You didn't really hear stories about him. Having issues until
unlike with Seattle, all that stuff in the locker room.
Yeah. But you didn't really hear about any issues or anything like that until a couple weeks ago. to where he wanted to pay a raise.
It's all about the money.
Oh, no, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
He deserved it, but Howie came to him, asked him to take a pay cut, and he's like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, man. Don't, because like, if you want to be on a team, you want to get the winning, you want to get in a ring, you have to make a move, or you might have to take a pay cut. It's going to happen.
Right.
You can't make the highest paid, defensive guy on the league.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham came back for a great contract.
I see. I wouldn't say great. With me personally, I look at it as more of like a thank you deal for what he's done throughout his
you
career.
weren't really, a huge fan my first year of Brandon Graham.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
No, not at all.
No, I'm not denying that.
So, I mean,
But, now going to the Isaac Sayamalu thing.
That was huge. I love that move, to be honest.
Well, see, I love it, but at the same time, if you look at the numbers.
Yeah, it's not all there yet.
Well, not even that it's not all there. Eagles won that deal, hands down.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I think if I remember, and I think Tom can attest to this, or he can look it up, I think he has an opt-out in 2020.
I think it's 2020, right?
I think?
Yeah.
I'm not 100%. Tom's looking at it right now. But just with all the moves that Howie's making,
Mm-hmm.
and I've told you and I've told a couple other people that are watching the show, Howie's going to make a move.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm absolutely –
He's Howie good for a reason, He's going to make it no matter
lean
what.
to our poll question, do you think Howie's going to make a splash in the offseason?
See, I do. I think they're going to go after a linebacker or draft one because Hicks is gone.
Well, yeah, that's
Without doubt.
obvious.
He's gone.
Right.
Now, my big thing is you going to give Aguilar another contract, or are you going to go somebody and because right now we have Aguilar and Alshon. I mean, there's no Mike Wallace, there's no Golden Tate. You need another big man guy out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, I like Devin Funchess. I mean, I'm all about that. That would be great, but I know you aren't. But
I just don't. What do you call it? I don't see it.
Yeah.
Plus, a guy for the slot.
That's true.
I don't.
But I
see
mean,
it.
you keep Aguilar in the slot. You add Funchess on the outside, and you got Alshon. Funchess had a great last 2 years, to be honest with you.
No, he did.
With, in my opinion, it was overrated quarterback in the league is Cam Newton, without doubt. I cannot stand that guy. I don't understand why he gets so much hype for no reason. I will stand by that forever, to be honest.
Well, he's a front runner. And
Yeah,
everyone is
exactly.
now. Once they start winning, he's all hype and excited. But once they start losing, see his head down and that whole thing, and it's I don't know.
Terrible body language. Isaac Steele, 2019. He's got obviously 1.7 cap number, and in 2020, he still has guaranteed money at $3.1 million in 2020. That's when his big money comes in 2020. So 2021 is when he could essentially come off the books because there's no guaranteed money in 21 or 22.
Oh, there's no guarantee.
No, wow.
The only guaranteed money part of his deal is next year.
Really?
Not
Wow.
2019, 2020.
Whew.
And that's a $3 million guaranteed.
Wow.
And a $4 million cap hit. Now he's a cap hit of 4.9 in 21 and a cap hit of 5.9 in 22. But with no guaranteed money in that deal, it's a no-brainer if he's productive or at least a guy that you can have around as a backup. It's a no-brainer because there's no guaranteed money.
Yeah,
because you gave it all already. You're giving it all out in 1 year.
Right.
So that's how they decided to set that one
Yeah,
up.
and it's a big win on the Eagles' part, and it's a big win Howie doing what he does with the cap again.
Yeah, you got him. You got Kelsey now. That saved us cap space.
Yeah, I like that move. That move I was actually fine with.
Now, I heard today that the rumors going around that the Eagles may after Dominican Sue now. I've been hearing.
I was seeing that earlier today. I mean, depending on how much it is, him and Fletcher Cox go. Mind you, I said the same thing about him and Aaron Donald.
Yeah, exactly.
But we didn't really see that. We saw the production out of Aaron Donald, but I just didn't.
That one, so yeah, I mean, I do agree, but
just not it wasn't what I was expecting with that pair. I was expecting at least like a combined at least 25 to 28 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go back to the family real quick. Chris Moran, I think Howie will absolutely make a splash in free agency.
Oh, come on, Tyler. Funchess will not be a bust, bro. Come on, dude. You have him on your fantasy team every single year.
Go back to what Charles said. It's going to be either Le'Veon or a lot of people are going to be going to be for Le'Veon. A lot of people. I think I like C.J. Mosley, which I agree, and Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman I like a lot,
I do agree with Eddie Brown here, though.
What did Eddie say?
Robbie Anderson from the Jets. Robbie Anderson is my boy.
Well, we tried to get him. Remember, we tried to get him last year. We tried to get him
so
last
he's a
year.
free agent now.
Is he a free agent
I'm
now?
pretty sure he is.
Yeah, I'm not a.
I think he was under his rookie year.
No, mind you, I'm still, what do you call it? I'm fine with it, but at the same time, I'm just, I don't know. Well, now, mind you, he's a burner, but I want a guy that's going to just stretch the field.
Yeah, you want someone like a Deshaun, but a younger Deshaun.
Yeah, I like, what's his name? Marquise Brown coming in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
I like him a lot,
Oh, yeah.
but would I spend a first-round pick on just a burner?
No, I would not.
Would not.
Look at Aguilar. Look how that went. I
Yeah.
mean, now he's done better, but his first years were kind of a little rocky.
Yeah, well,
So,
his last 2 years, now mind you, last year
Yeah, but
wasn't that great.
once he got hurt, he wasn't fully healthy. Nick Foles, only threw Zach Ertz. So
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But, if you look at the numbers, though, between Aguilar's 2 years, the year we won the Super Bowl and last year,
yeah.
they're not that far apart.
No, not at all.
They're not that far apart. Now, we're going to have to restructure the deal, obviously, like you said earlier.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
We either restructure the deal or we're going to have to trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
You're gonna have to give up a second rounder if you sign Robbie Anderson,
gonna have to give up? Okay.
and they can match it too.
Okay.
So the Jets can match it.
I'd be okay with that.
Oh, they can match it.
Jets can match it, and if they don't match it, they got to give a second round pick.
Okay. Now, that's interesting.
See, I think that'd be
No, but again, they can go to how he's known for doing his wheeling deal.
Oh, yeah.
And
Always does something.
well, for a fact, he's not done either.
No, it's still early.
He's not even close to being done
No.
yet because the tampering period, I think, starts on Monday.
I think it's Monday.
And then
it's
the new league year
12th,
starts.
right?
No, the new league year starts on the 13th, but I think the tampering period, starts the 9th. I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right there.
I could be wrong on the tampering period. I know the new league year starts on the 13th.
Yeah.
But let me go to our other topic real quick. Now, going back to where we were as far as Howie changing the cap and that whole thing, what player specifically, if you had to choose,
Right now.
do you think Howie goes after, whether it's a trade or someone that we just signed in free agency?
I go with not. I won't go trade yet. See, I think I don't think Hicks will be re-signed. I think it would either be Mosley or Le'Veon Bell, to be honest.
Real okay.
I truly think that Le'Veon, for everything that you've seen from Instagram, people talking to him, his friend had a picture of him in the Eagles uniform in his phone.
Right.
I really think Bell would be a huge, upgrade. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm all for it. I think I would maybe rather have someone like Tevin Coleman and then get a guy in the draft. But I would definitely, I say number one guy is Mosley no matter what.
Yeah, but see, my only issue with that is we have a lot of money dedicated to Nigel Bradham, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, again, Howie would have to figure out how to just balance those two out. Now, that's who I want.
Yeah.
I want C.J. Mosley, just an anchor on the defense.
Yeah,
but at the same
it'd
time,
be a huge ad.
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, you have to look at the positives.
Yeah.
For Le'Veon Bell and now rumored to be Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
You have to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of pressure off Carson.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are going to be respecting Antonio Brown.
Which is
people
why,
are going to be respecting
Mm-hmm.
Le'Veon Bell. And that's also what you have to look for. And that, just how our team's constructed right now, obviously minus a running back and whatever, but
because our big needs right now is a running back and then a linebacker, in my opinion.
well, that and obviously D tackle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now,
But
D tackle's obvious. I think we're going D tackle in the draft.
First one.
That's going to be the first
I can see it.
move that we go to, obviously. But again, a lot of things can change. We can sign a D tackle. I've been hearing rumors that what's his name for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defensive tackle,
Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy. Yeah,
That would be huge.
they might let
if
him
we
go.
had Gerald McCoy and then Cox.
Oh,
my God.
well, I'm saying they might let him go just because of cap reasons. Whoever they're going, I don't know what their whole situation is with Tampa. Now, mind you, they have in my opinion, my favorite head coach in the NFL, and Bruce Arians.
Yeah, that's your man.
That is
That's
my
your
guy.
man.
But,
yeah, it's Book of Noy.
That's my guy. But moving on to our other topic, going back to obviously Antonio Brown and the whole situation. What happened?
Well, supposedly said that he doesn't want to be there. He was going to get traded to the Buffalo Bills that other night, and he goes, "Well, if I get traded, I'm not going to play." So, in my opinion, that's selfish because for one, you want to be out of the team. A team wants you.
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to trade for you, but yet, no. That's legit a slap in the face. Because, I mean, I understand he wants to win. I mean, honestly, in the Bills, he'll probably do nothing at all.
Right.
Because he'll have Josh Allen. Yeah, he's an okay quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have no team. The Bills have nothing. They have done nothing at all in the past, three or more years. They've maybe had an 8-8 year, like 5 years ago, if that.
You don't,
So, I mean.
You're not a believer in Josh Allen?
No, I mean, like, I am. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love the dude. But my big thing is that the Bills team overall is not going to beat the Patriots. It's not going to happen at all.
No.
See, my next team in the AFC East team that would maybe do good would be the Jets.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so, because the Dolphins lost Tannehill.
Right.
Unless they get Nick Foles, I mean, okay, maybe. But the Jets have a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
They're really young. Their offense, Sam Darnold, he's young. They got, the running back with Powell. They got the wide receivers. They're all young. They have a really young core team that can maybe one day take over the Pats. I mean, not next year. But, I mean, I could see it in the future, though.
Yeah, but again, in my opinion, I think in the long run, Antonio Brown's only hurting himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because how the market was before that Buffalo deal was reported to be done, and he said no.
Mm-hmm.
You're just hurting yourself in the market long run.
Because right there, that shows a lot of GMs that he wants to play someone with either the money or the skill power. So you say no to a team, half the teams that I wanted you are gone now.
Well, at the same time, he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he wants to get paid and he also wants to win.
Yep.
And the only teams I really see that, I'm not trying to toot our horn here, but the only teams I see where that's working out, aside from Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers,
Yeah.
it's either going to be the Patriots or it's I could see it be the Eagles. Now the family can chime in here and give us other options that I might be missing.
I think the Raiders, and that's just me. I say it the whole time because they have 3 first-round picks.
Right.
They want something big for AB. Easily, they can give them, let's say, the 27th pick, even lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, here you go. The Raiders want to build their team again. They're going to be in Oakland for another 2 years.
Yeah.
To win-win.
But, and you saw John Gruden earlier in the week just hyping up Antonio Brown. Like, he's the best. He's the hardest working wide receiver right over Jerry Rice.
Oh, yeah.
That I've ever seen.
Without doubt.
Now, mind you, like, you see him on Instagram and social media and all that. He's doing his work, and that's
Business and booping, Always.
Well, not right now, but
Now, no. I mean, you got the blonde mustache, the big dot hair. It's just like a big
what
goofball.
are you doing?
Hey, that Seahorse thing is perfect,
The walrus thing?
Yeah, the walrus, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, after he got his money, the guy went nuts.
He went nuts.
The man went nuts.
Between the money, the Madden cover, everything.
Like, it just all went to his head? Or
exactly.
It's just...
You go from being an undrafted player to being one of the top players in the league.
Right.
And it gets to your head. That's what happens.
I just don't get where his head's at, personally.
He's just, between, the lady problem he's had over the years, the money. I think because that whole thing with Big Ben, no one would have ever thought him and Big Ben would have had a problem. You saw him at the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Big Ben's getting old, and now that they're losing, they lost last year because they lost key players as well.
Right.
And Juju had a huge year, but you can't be the dude that gets every single ball thrown to you.
Right.
Look at Odell.
And there are also rumors with that, too.
Yeah.
Rumors with
Odell, the Browns' next man. I'm telling you now.
Odell going to the Browns.
Could you imagine Baker Mayfield and Odell and Landry? Whew.
Well, you know me. I'm an LSU fan. So
yeah,
that's my dream.
That's your dream there, man.
That's my dream. But now, mind you, I'd be happy if we got Antonio Brown. But
I wouldn't mind it, but at the same time, I don't want it.
Just because of
I don't want
the baggage.
I don't want the attitude on my team, like Dougie P said.
Right.
Reason why I didn't get Josh Gordon last year was because of the baggage between all the getting called for marijuana. Like right now, he signed the Patriots, and then he got caught abusing again, and then he got caught off the team.
Yeah, and
right there, it's a waste of a draft pick you wasted on him and everything.
And he screwed himself out of a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. I think he gets a ring now, I'm pretty sure, but that's just because he's on the team.
I don't think just because he was. I don't know. I don't know if he's still technically a part of the team because of the. Well, he's technically it's banishment. Cause I think this is his third or fourth offense.
I think it's the third. Yeah. One and two.
But anyway, let's go back to the family. I've been neglecting the family on YouTube. What's up, guys? How you doing? Let's see. Cash Baker, blah, blah, Antonio Brown's that's his new team on Instagram. But he said that last night. Let's see. Foolish Demon, Funchess is garbage. Again, I don't know what you see in Funchess.
Hey man, I don't know. I think that the last 2 years, Funchess has done really well with the Panthers, and with a really bad quarterback in Cam Newton who can't throw the ball right. I mean, you get Carson Wentz in there. I mean, I don't know. I think he'd be a great number 2 guy.
Yeah, but a number 2. But I don't even know what our receivers are going to look like.
Yeah, I do agree.
We got to bring Nelson back.
Yes.
You want him back?
Yes.
Why not? Why not restructure it and bring him back? Why not?
Yeah.
We talked about it last night.
Yeah.
On the show last night, like give him, Alshon got like $52 million a year, so you give him about $42 million a year. I mean, $42 million contract over like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You give him about 15 to 18 guaranteed. Mm-hmm. You restructure it, and it's a win for both parties. You keep him here. He can do enough things. You don't want to be losing everybody, and he's Carson's boy, so you want to keep that. You want to keep that relationship going. Mm-hmm. And listen, I don't want AB at all. Is when I put that in there. Yeah. I don't want AB.
He's a creep,
He's a weirdo, but it'd be wild though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like it would be crazy. Like if he was any bit of a normal person, I mean, it's a match made in heaven because we'd be ridiculous on offense. I mean, everyone's unstoppable. But I agree with Chuck. I'll take Le'Veon over him. But Le'Veon concerns me too because this is a guy who hasn't played football for a year.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna look that over like we're playing Madden. Like he hasn't played
football. And he wants big money.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna give a running back $40 million guaranteed.
Yeah, no.
I got to be able to draft one right, guys. We haven't drafted one in Howie's entire tenure here, and we got to get one right.
Yeah. Personally, I just see them going running back late.
That's the problem though. I don't want that.
It's got to be in the first 3 rounds.
It has to be.
It doesn't have to be in the first round if your guy's not there, but it has to be in the first 3 rounds, and it can't be a Pumphrey type where everybody else nails a running back and gets one in that draft,
and we were the only ones.
And you're the only one who missed it. You took the worst guy in the draft.
Yeah. Right.
He had the most yards in NCAA. Oh, that's a great deal, but he's not big.
It was like the NCAA all-time record or something like that.
But he has no strength. He played on the no-name team pretty much. Like you're playing no-name colleges.
Yeah, like I don't take chances like too much on guys like that.
No.
And I agree. And Tyler says on here, bring Nelson back and draft a good running back. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Nelly coming back.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, there you go. Me and Charles. Miles Sanders.
That's
my freaking boy, dude. There it is.
No, I like Miles Sanders.
Where did Miles Sanders go? Sorry.
Penn State.
Why
did I draw a blank on that?
See, I am a huge Penn State fan. I'm not being biased.
I'm
not being biased, man. Oh, dude. I think with his combine this year, the way he performed, he turned a lot of heads. Mm-hmm. And with that, it's going to be a huge impact in the NFL. I mean, I don't see him being a huge impact year 1, but from years on, I mean, I think if we get like Tevin Coleman this year, I mean, you have him training him, back-to-back guys. I mean, I think it'd be huge.
If I do pick up Tevin Coleman, if that's the route and direction they go, I would draft Bryce Love. I would draft Bryce Love, and that can be a day 1. That can be 3rd round, day 1. I mean,
exactly.
Me and Chuck's agree. It's got to be a day 1 pick, and you got to get one right, Howie. And Joe Douglas. I got to start putting some things on Joe Douglas now too. You can't keep missing on this. This is something that's very important to your offense to be able to run the ball. I know it's a passing league. You throw to win in this league, but you win. You close by being able to run the football, and we saw that last year. Right. We threw to win, but we closed games by being able to pound it down your throat.
Right. Yeah.
And we need to get that back.
Because
we had LeGarrette Blount and we had Ajayi, and then Clement, it was perfect.
Well, that's another thing too. We need like a bruiser on.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, question for you boys: is Corey Clement a guarantee to make this team? I know he's going to run up Chuck's alley, but that's a good. I mean, it's legitimate.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because I mean, like if we bring in someone like Tevin Coleman, and somewhere in the draft right there is 2 big guys, Clement could be gone.
Because like Smallwood could be kept over Corey Clement. There's a chance of that happening.
Well, you know how much Deuce loves him.
Exactly.
Deuce loves him. Deuce loves Smallwood.
Now
that's why he's on the team.
And now I don't think it comes. I still think he makes a team unless one thing happens. And that's if Darren Sproles decides, say, you know what, I'm going to come back for one more. Okay. Now that really makes it tough for you. Because like you said, you signed Tevin Coleman, you draft a running back, Boom, there's 2 right there.
Exactly.
Sproles wants to come back, and then now you got to make the decision on who makes the team out of Smallwood and Corey Clement. So that would be a fun little battle in camp.
I mean, I would choose Clement over Smallwood.
Well, yeah, you're also biased.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Well, I mean, Smallwood had a decent year last year. Decent. I wouldn't say good or anything that, but he's been in your team for 3 years now. Has done nothing at all. He's been a number 4 guy. He comes in, he'll have one big run, and then fumble.
But he did run the ball the best last year.
He did.
What we had, he ran hard. I mean, you got to give him credit for that. Now, I think Corey can do more things. Corey out of the backfield does way more things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So rewatching the Super Bowl, just some of the plays he made after the catch.
Yeah, that big
but
TD,
but now you got I'm not a big thing, but you're coming off a torn ACL. That's legit. That's legit. We saw it with Carson, and now you're a running back. So it's interesting to see that battle. But I thought Wendell ran the ball hard. Now we're talking about a 4th running back again. Right. Hopefully, unlike last year, we don't have to get down to that part. We can survive and have some backs stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. Well, no more J.J. I mean, that'd be perfect.
Well, the man has no knees.
Exactly.
The man has no knees.
That's health right there, man.
Oh, jeez.
Ralphie says Benny Snell. You guys like Benny?
I love
like
Benny Snell.
I like Benny.
Charles says not stopped with Miles Sanders.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, he showed a lot in the
He
did.
I'm not gonna admit. Because he was great last year. Don't get me wrong. He had a phenomenal year at Penn State. But people were worried because, for one, he was a freshman in college. First year is good. And then comes in, and, I mean, he did good in the combine.
Right.
But I love the guy, but my main worry for him is that can he be a day 1 back? I mean, that's the main thing.
Well, also on this roster, too, it's tough.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Tom said, if we get a Tevin Coleman.
Coleman will be number 1 no matter what.
Oh, he'll be number 1.
He will not start over Coleman.
But see, my only issue is at the beginning of the year. We've seen it the past couple seasons with Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
He starts a season, he just passes the ball.
Yeah.
And then over time.
And then with Wentz, with him being still hurt last year, you throw the ball, 40 times a game. That's going to wear you down. That's why we need a big time back, like maybe getting Le'Veon Bell will help take that off of Wentz.
Yeah.
All right, how far are you trying to go? I mean, how much money are you trying to give?
That's the only thing.
That's the question. I think that's what everybody has to ask themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it looks great. It sounds great. How much guaranteed money? Forget the money in the contract.
Yeah.
I just want to know from each of you, how much guaranteed money are you willing to give Le'Veon Bell?
$10 million.
$10 million?
That's it.
I wish I would get it done.
Yeah, right. I wish. So guaranteed. I mean, for him.
Well, what's his asking price right now?
I know it's what 14 or 15. No, it's $15 million a year, and he wants to be the highest paid back in the league.
He wants $40 million guaranteed.
Yeah, it's a lot. And for a guy who has paid in over a year,
I give him 30.
You give him 30 guaranteed.
I give him 30.
I go 25.
Just because it's what he brings to the table. Now, mind you, it's a little bit of it's good and bad with the fact that he hasn't played in a year.
Yeah, I do
because he's fresh.
Yeah,
but again, he also hasn't played in a year.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't get the whole where he's gained all that weight. I mean, he looks the same in my eyes. I mean,
well, again,
I think that was just people saying, "Oh, he gained all this weight for teams to not want him."
All right, one more question then. So you give him $30 million guaranteed. Ty, how far would you really go though?
If I had the choice, if I had to get them, I would give him 25 tops.
25 tops.
25
okay.
tops.
And I like where both your heads at. I mean, 30 to me is still a little high, but
yeah.
I understand it.
Yeah.
Now the question is, when he finally gets his money, does he check out?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Or does he keep playing football? Because you got to be concerned. I mean, Full's team is talking about you don't want a diva wide receiver, Antonio Brown, but you want a diva running back. Do you want a guy who quit on his football team, a good football team last year, and he said screw it? And James Conner had a good year. Now you start to question. Now, can a guy like that, without Antonio Brown on the outside, still run the football that well?
Yeah, that's the only thing. But I mean, Juju without AB there last year, not having like his normal stats. Juju had a phenomenal year.
Well, yeah, he had a phenomenal
1,000 yards. I mean, and then I think Pittsburgh like that could probably bring in someone else to help that out. But without AB, you have those top two wideouts that could hurt too.
And I also know me and our buddy Chris. We've talked about it multiple times. When Le'Veon Bell got hurt, I'm going back a couple years.
Yeah,
Le'Veon Bell got hurt. They had D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah,
did well.
So now with James Conner do the same thing this year though.
Le'Veon Bell sat out.
Yeah.
James Conner played very well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what me and Chris were talking about was, is it that Le'Veon Bell's that good, or is it Pittsburgh's system?
I go with the system, to be honest.
Okay.
I do think that, I mean, Williams is a great running back no matter what. I mean, he would have been a backup, but for a backup to come in and have the numbers that he had with Pittsburgh that 1 year, I mean, they also had the linemen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had a while to get it, the field spread out. But I mean, with James Conner, I mean, yeah, his first year, he's on the bench on that. But I think with him having the good year that he had last year, I don't know if I see it this year again. But I think the system is a big thing because now Le'Veon would not play for I think he was scared of someone better. So I think he comes to Philadelphia and the Eagles, and we have someone like Clement. Let's say Clement has a huge year. Just
putting out. Okay.
I think that Le'Veon could get scared of that, and then he'll sit out.
I think personally, I think he's just hungry. I think he's hungry to come back.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. He wants to prove everyone wrong, prove that he's worth the money that he's worth, because that's what him and his agent are telling everyone.
But I think Le'Veon's big thing is I think he wants to be number one, and that's it.
Well, that's fine. I mean, he should be number one if you give him that kind of money. But Kyle makes a good point, and you know me, I don't agree with really anything Kyle says. But we now, how about this route? Okay,
Chris, welcome.
He said wouldn't even need a star running back. Just bring back Ajayi, and then I'll add on to him because he didn't say this, but then bring back Jay and draft one.
I mean, I could
you
see
can
that
still
too.
day one draft one and bring back Jay. So I'm giving you guys options. We can still be a good football team. Now another ACL guy, but if you're drafting one, you figure, okay, I can give Jay 10, 12 touches a game.
Right.
That keeps him healthy throughout the year, hopefully. And then you got to give touches to your other back, and then you have another back. So, that's another direction where you don't got to give a ton of money to Tevin Coleman, and you're almost maybe max a 2-year deal, but a 1-year deal, prove it.
Yeah. Like how we had Blunt. Jay had 10, 12 carries. He's healthy. Those two together were a great combo.
Well, now at the same would you bring LeGarrette Blunt back?
Hell yes.
Would you?
Yeah.
I want it. I'd bring Ajayi back over LeGarrette.
Not LeGarrette? Okay.
Yeah. What would you, Ty, you would go the other way?
Yeah, I'm more worried about Jay's injury proneness than LeGarrette Blunt. I think having LeGarrette Blunt having that power back, and then you draft running back, or even get Tevin Coleman. Yeah, Tevin Coleman and LeGarrette Blunt, it's done.
Oh, no, I see where you're coming from on a third one or like a goal line situation.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He just didn't have as much in the tank last year. He's getting older.
Yeah.
He's had a ton of touches.
But is it because he was on the Lions? That's the thing, too.
Well, he didn't have listen, I would just go with Ajayi because I think he has the potential to break more.
Yeah,
he's still physical enough to give you a power back guy, especially down in the goal line situations. And if you draft one and finally nail a goddamn running back, Howie, over your freaking tenure, I'm going to say, listen, we might be talking about this time next year. We might be having the same conversation.
I agree.
Howie still can't draft the goddamn running back. And I'm telling you, don't make me go down to the NovaCare complex because I'm tired of talking about it. The last running back drafted here that was good was LaShawn
McCoy,
all the way down, and that wasn't even Howie's guy.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, at some point, you got to – I know some things this team doesn't put a lot of stock into, right? And I know middle linebacker has been something that I feel like they haven't drafted well, and running back.
Right.
Well, guess what? Sometimes you got to put a little stock into some things
Exactly.
that this football team is missing.
It can't always be the top guy in the draft. You have to go for what you need.
Well, see, the issue with drafting with need, if you don't hit, you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
And I've been on that basis for a while, draft the best player available. I've been on that forever.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, like we did last year with Dallas Goedert, my guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
No, but
Goedert.
Well, when we drafted him, obviously we had, in my opinion, the best tight end in football in Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
But again, I think long term, this I think was a long term plan.
Yeah.
I think for Howie.
But now my thing was getting that Mike Groh needs to work.
Oh
on
no,
he
absolutely
together.
needs to step up. You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, we go on tape. He goes, "Oh, I'll not do that." Like, dude, you have one of the top wide receivers in the league right here, and how do you not know how to use him? You are a wide receiver for a reason.
Right.
Use him the right way.
Is he a turf guy?
Who?
Golden Tate. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
that's
so.
a good point.
I think
Yeah,
so.
some guys are turf monsters.
Look at Seattle. That's turf.
Yeah, Seattle, Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, some guys are turf monsters.
Yeah.
I feel like his little step back move, almost like his little Harden move that he
Oh,
does when he catches the football,
Yeah,
works so much better on turf.
Right.
Like when I seen him do it on grass, I'm like, did this guy lose a step?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? I mean, I like Golden, but
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm completely okay with Golden Tate
Oh, yeah.
walking and
Me
keeping
too.
Nelly.
Oh, so
Me
am I.
too.
In that
For
term.
one, he's younger too. So
Yeah, so he can go wherever he wants, but I
Yeah.
still think we have a really good offense.
Oh, we do.
Right
absolutely.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, even right now without any moves or anything, I still think we have good offense on the outside in terms of our tight ends and our wide receivers.
Right.
Because now he's still here essentially. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
And Alshon's here, and Ertz and Dallas. So I'm excited about that. Now it's like, okay, how can you add on to the pieces you have?
Right.
So it's going to be interesting if it's a Tevin Coleman. It's going to be interesting if they do decide, we're going to trade for AB, or we're going to go give 30+ guaranteed money to Le'Veon Bell, or we're not even going to be that active in free agency this year because we're going to have a ton of money next year.
Exactly.
So we're just going to try to draft well, and maybe we'll make little moves to try to make our team better. Maybe bring back a Jay Ajayi type for a 1-year deal and try to put some Band-Aids in while you try to draft them replacements.
Right.
Like the Phillies, use stupid money, man. Let's do it. You gotta do it, man.
Well, here's the thing too. This is going to be the last time for a while that we're going to have this kind of money to spend on just one specific position, because we're going to have to pay Carson next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge hit.
Don't get them people started.
Yeah, where's Nick Foles at? Now, that's because the thing is that that's a huge hit, because look at Dallas, talk about how they're gonna pay Dak $30 million a year.
Right.
Now you're looking at Dak Prescott, who's maybe the 30th ranked QB in my opinion in the league.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I know. But I mean, but Carson is a top 10 QB. He's gonna
when
want
he's healthy, yeah.
huge money. But also, will he be like our team and be faithful and say he wants, let's say, $100 million a year. $100 million total for, let's say, 7 years.
Right.
Maybe $20 million guaranteed.
Like a team-friendly deal, something.
Yeah,
like that. Okay.
He's the kind of guy that I can see. Okay, I want to win. I love this city and this team.
Right.
I won't be a huge pay hit on my team. Unlike someone like Michael Bennett.
But see, now I'm a Carson guy.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows that. I have 2 different types of jersey. I have his I have his AO1 baseball jersey, and I have
black jersey, right?
is just I think it's just a regular green one, like that one right behind you. But I love the guy. But if he, God forbid, he does not stay healthy and gets hurt again this year.
Well, if he
You're
gets
gonna have
hurt
to-
this year, you got to go for a draft or maybe go for someone major.
I wouldn't go that far,
But
he's not going to get that. I
Now-
just don't see him getting that kind of money.
look at the Eagles, man. You go after his backup that, played for him after in North Dakota State. Now, I'd be all for that. He had great numbers.
He throws a nice ball. I'll give
Oh,
you
can
that.
we not
but-
do this? Can we not do
Tyler got
this?
triggered, man. He's like, oh,
I mean,
no.
knock it the hell off. We're going and looking at his backup. He's our guy.
Yeah,
He's
that-
our
But remember,
franchise guy.
we also got Nate Stuffeld.
But you're going to have to re-sign him too, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
He's a
but
restricted
he'll
free
be-
agent, but you're still going to
he'll be
back.
cheap. He's a backup. He's not Nick Foles. Okay, I want $20 million as a backup. No, you're a backup. You get $2 million a year.
Yeah.
That's it. He's the kind of guy that you can see as the Eagles will pay him to back him up.
Right.
So we have that insurance. If we had to, we have him.
Mm-hmm.
But if something were to happen to one next year,
They're in. Here they come. See what you did. See what you did, you guys.
I'm sorry,
Can't just
guys.
have a nice Saturday.
Listen. I love Once to pieces, but I don't know. So that whole Nick Foles hype pissed me off. I'm sorry. I'm with Tom.
Don't tell Kyle that. Don't tell Kyle that.
Sorry, Kyle, but it's true.
That's
Nick
just Jesus
Foles
right there.
is not that good. Okay, Nick Foles is good under pressure. I'll give him that. He's good in a few games. You see that. Now, as you see, he has not played a full season in his whole career.
Right.
You can't expect a man to go play 16 games straight and get a ring.
Who?
Got Nick Foles.
Oh, yeah.
See, now he got a ring for us because, for one, it's because of Wentz. Wentz got us that far.
So, yeah,
Nick
no, I
Foles
agree.
helped he got the ring. And yeah, like Nick Foles will probably be a god.
It was like a
forever.
starting pitcher and
Yeah,
a reliever.
exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what it was.
That's
One
exactly
starter,
what it
one
is.
Exactly.
reliever. It's a combo
Nick
effort. to
Foles
get
will
there.
be a guy in here forever. He has
Absolutely.
the statue,
As he should be.
Right.
but he's not the guy that you can. That I'm glad that they let him walk.
Listen, anybody out there that doesn't want Carson to sling this year,
Yeah.
then you have
Right.
excuse my language, you have a fucking agenda.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to sit back and tolerate it.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to win football games, right?
Exactly.
When people tried to take shots at me last year, I wasn't a Nick guy. I've always loved Nick.
Yeah.
Okay? It was never like Nick Carson. It was just I knew who my franchise guy was. Let's go win football games right now.
Exactly.
Because my franchise guy isn't in.
Right.
So it was next man up. But
Yeah.
Nick had a hell of a run. But we know Carson's our guy. He's younger, and they invested so much in him. So this year's a big year for Carson.
Oh, it absolutely
And
is.
I'm not running
And that's
from
why
that.
I'm saying it.
But
yeah.
even if he did get hurt at some point this year, it doesn't mean, like, I'm not talking about season ending.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm
no.
just saying it doesn't mean that he's not going to still get that big deal.
Oh
Right.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Because if he's playing great while he's in,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
no.
that all
And-
determines it
and
too.
we all
Right.
know how he can play. You saw year 1, year 2, he was phenomenal.
Well, there was just a big dramatic bounce, too.
yeah, exactly.
Because remember, coming from his ACL injury, he didn't play in camp.
Yeah, no.
So
So
he
you're
was-
coming out, week 2, and week 3 playing a game where you haven't played football in over, 8-9 months.
Now, mind you, he didn't play that bad either.
Yeah, no, not at all. He had. The thing is that the team, the chemistry, I think wasn't there yet, and with the whole, O-line and the defense playing like shit and all that. But I mean, like, you have Nick Foles come in and the team clicks, and that's what bothered me, in my opinion. Like, I'm sure Tyler will comment in probably 2 seconds. Yes, Nick Foles, the whole team got changed, and it's true because once Nick Foles played LA game, the
Right.
defense played horrible, legit the entire season, and then LA game, who are you guys? You are backup cornerbacks. And like, what the hell is happening, you guys? Like, where was this the entire time?
Right.
Like this
Yeah,
is this is not okay in my opinion.
That's not okay. And people
Like-
can say, like, whatever reasons. I mean, I understand what happens there. It's
Yeah.
like the backup quarterback, the backup goalie. Like, guys feel like they have to step their games up. And I don't think it was anything to do with, like, liking a guy more than the other guy. I feel like now, like, your leader's like, okay, we have to step up. When you have a star in there, and especially the year Carson had the year before,
Right.
like, people around you, because it's human nature, assume that this guy's that good that we're just going to roll.
Right.
And guys can not, I'm not saying take plays off, but, like, just not go at it as hard. It's
Yeah.
just, it's human nature. So you hope that changes this year and guys step up. But for everybody saying this is a huge year for Carson, it is. It is because this is the you're assuming that he's going to get his deal some point this year.
You think this year?
Well, I mean, this is where it ends.
Well, no, I know that, but I thought you meant like this season.
I mean, it could happen before the season.
I mean, it could, but I just don't see them doing
You think
it.
they're playing? You think they're going to let him play out and
then
even
they'll-
and even hit it?
No, he won't hit free agency. I would say probably. Now, if he plays like he did 2 years ago, and it's the middle of the season, he's getting paid then. There's no doubt about that. He'll get paid in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
Or if it's just an average year, you think they wait to the end?
If it's an average year, I think so. Yes.
'Cause this is interesting.
I think if
that's
he
what
has
I'm-
an average year, I think that Howie and them will get together and they're going to say, "Hey, how much should we pay this guy?" Yeah, he got hurt last year. He played good, but not great. And now he comes in year 4. He's healthy now,
Right.
and he plays average. Should we risk all this money and him not being the QB that we all thought he would be?
Well, I
Do you think that's even a chance of him not being that QB?
No, I don't, not at all. But
Yeah.
I think that people now in the league, if they see people like that, I think they're gonna question like, hey, is this gonna be the guy? Like, is that one injury gonna haunt him forever?
right.
Or even maybe him getting hurt and Foles winning it over him, that could be a big thing too.
Well, I think that was a big thing that gave him a lot of issues
Yeah,
this
exactly.
past year because he had that monkey on his back the whole time.
Oh, yeah,
He's
definitely.
like,
Would it give any of it, all of his issues?
oh, absolutely.
Right?
yeah.
No, I'm not
Absolutely.
I'm agreeing with you.
Right, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh,
it makes
yeah.
a ton of sense. It's again human nature. It's not a
Right.
computer.
Yeah.
Like man, this guy they won it without me.
Mm-hmm.
And all them guys who didn't win it, who won it the year before but didn't play.
Right.
All them guys, especially at the quarterback position, the most looked at position in all sports. Like no position means more to people than
Than the
quarterback.
quarterback, yeah.
So it's like it's micromanaged and looked at like that too. And you're like, I didn't win it, and then you're coming off an injury, so you're working your tail off to come back from the injury, so you can get back on the field and be a part of it the year after. And of course, you're going to come back and try to get back quicker than usual.
Yep, exactly.
I said it before the season even started that I would have wrote it out until Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Like, I would have rode that out for a while.
No, and I agree. I think
Like,
they brought him back too early, and
yeah.
that was part of it. Yeah, I completely agree.
And I knew Nick didn't play well in Tampa, but I would have went. And there's nothing to do Nick Carson argument. I would have just went. I would have went until week 6-ish, and said, okay, can we just tread water? Can we be 3-3, 4-2 by then? And then now let's go
Let's
and
go,
make our
yeah.
second hit,
And
get
if
ready
that
for
were
our
the
second
case,
hit push.
We would never have a Nick Foles Carson trauma.
If he
Because
didn't win the Super Bowl.
That, or if, like Tom said, if Wentz waited to week 6 and we were 3-3, everybody in Philly would want Nick Foles out as starter. They would want Wentz back.
Oh, well, yeah, there's no doubt.
And then Wentz
Well,
came
everybody
back.
did.
Yeah.
Against Tampa, everybody was.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like,
yeah.
okay, it's
Yeah,
time.
You
It's
can't
time.
play Tampa like that, Even okay, I get it's preseason, but that Browns game was god awful.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, I get it. It's preseason and you're practicing and all that, but like the way you play against that Browns backup team should never happen.
Well, even then, that was the third season, the preseason game,
Yeah.
and that's just like a little preview
Yeah.
of what the
It's-
team's going to look like.
Exactly. And that does not look good on us at all.
Right. No, and I agree.
Yeah.
And it just, what do you call it? It hurt us the whole year, which was definitely part of it. But, again, let me see where we're at with time. All right. Yeah, we got time. All right, let's just hop into the other part of the show with Bryce Harper's debut.
Oh.
Sounds like.
No, because Tom was against Bryce Harper initially. He wanted Machado. Machado initially.
Yeah, I'm not running from shit.
No.
I'm right here, Jake. you know my truth.
Oh, no, I know you do.
See,
I know you do.
truth.
Oh man, see, I'm so glad that we got Harper, man.
Can I explain? Though, Ty,
course,
before
man.
Jake puts words around here? Listen, I thought, and I was talking to my buddy earlier about this too, and I've changed my stance on one of the things that I felt about Harper was I thought he was a crump. I thought he was a me guy, and things that you would always think a guy in your division that's a rival to you is, especially a guy with great hair, like me and my wife were talking about earlier. Looks delicious. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
He's everything you hate when he's 17 on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He becomes public enemy number one.
Right.
And you see the Papelbon thing back in the day, and you see Hamels plunk him, and you say, is this guy just a punk? He must just be a punk.
Yeah.
So I changed my crump stance on him. I think he's a genuine good guy.
Right.
I really do. Now, the only other issue I ever had with Harper, and I think and everybody agree with this, and besides his MVP year, is consistency.
Yep,
Right.
I agree.
Now, coming in and being 26 years old, can you be consistent? I wanted Machado. I wanted both, by the way.
Okay.
I said that a million times.
Who won, though?
I would have spent $1 billion on both if I
Right.
needed to, because money's not an issue.
No.
But I would have. But Machado hurt himself in the World Series by saying stupid shit.
completely agree.
So,
I completely
like,
agree.
I think Machado was their guy until he said stupid shit. Machado would have sold, if he didn't say that shit in the World Series, he would have sold a ton of jerseys here, too. Not the Harper level,
No.
but a ton. Now, Harper's going to sell more. He draws more. I mean, to me, he's more exciting of a ball player than Machado
absolutely.
is.
Right.
So I'm all in on it. But now, listen, we're a tough city. I'm about winning games. When he's his best is when he's locked in and he sees a lot of pitches and he knows his zone. When he's going good, he walks a lot. He takes pitches, and you'll see. But now throughout 162 and be healthy, can you come into your prime as
agree.
the guy he wants to be? Because I know a guy who's close to him and said, this guy wants to be the best player of all time. This guy wants to come to Philly because he wants to break home run records and stuff. So this guy wants to be great.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have the 1-2, that's all I can ask from you.
Right.
Yeah. Now with the
So
Walt
no, I'm
thing-
not. So I do love the signing. Let's fucking go.
See, now, Emmanuel Machado, he's a great player, but I think, yeah, the World Series killed him between how he played with kicking the player and then what he said. That hurt him. Now, I mean, in my opinion, Manny Machado is not worth $300 million.
No.
The Padres overpaid the hell out of him. I think if he came to Philadelphia with him and Harper, I would have paid him 200 tops. I would have gave Harper the same contract he got this year, and then given Machado $200 million.
Well, the Phillies offered Machado what? It was like $275, I think, or something like that.
Which is the same deal because the West Coast tax bracket. It's why when San Fran came in for 12 for 330, it doesn't matter. You got to go 12 for 360 to make up the difference for the taxes. So the Machado thing, like us at 275, is the same deal.
Right.
It's the same deal essentially. But listen, I've said this a million times. I've been out to San Diego. I've been to Petco Park. You know, when you're not in it for all winning and other things matter, it's hard to say no to $300 million from the Padres when you go to visit San Diego.
I love Harper pieces. Now, my big thing with Harper was when he came to Philadelphia, his conference, the things that he said about the city and the things he was preparing for, and how he was bringing Mike Trout and all that. See, like that, for a Philadelphia fan, that's a huge thing. Now,
and we talked about the whole Mike Trout thing for years, and now he starts.
Now, I've been a Yankees fan for my whole life, and like Jake and them, I pushed kind about killing me right now.
Hold on, is this happening twice on Saturdays now? Is this a double hit to Tom? Is this what we're doing here? Nobody tells me shit. Kyle comes in. I think he's a fucking full guy. I think he's a 4-for-4 guy. Kyle's a crumb Yanks fan. Ty, you know, I seen him. I've seen him all over the book. I had no idea, and he drops a bomb late in the show. Late in the show, the contracts were already signed. There's nothing I can do. I can't get out of it, and he drops his bomb.
Now, I will say this though, Jake, Tom are like my big best friends, and they're huge Phillies fans. Now, they have, in the last 2 years, they have tried to convert me to the biggest time, and the last 2 years has helped. Last year, I have never followed the Phillies as much as I have until last year.
Conversion talk.
Now this year, I was all for Harper because, for one, Harper's been my favorite player since he was in high school, to be honest. He's an animal. Now, his big thing with Constance is he's not, you know, he can't play the same all year round. His average is never that great.
No, and I don't care about average in today's game.
Yeah.
But I need you to be
look at
270.
Yeah,
I need you to be 270.
It was great, and then it goes up and it goes down.
Right.
But I mean, his thing is home runs, and the Phillies say he hits home runs all the time.
Well, I was going to say, because people have been trying to clown Phillies fans or just the entire Phillies organization because of his contract. But oh, just look at his batting average. Look at this.
But
look at that.
It's not about that. You know, it's about the stats. It's about the player he is. He's the kind of guy that can bring big name players to the team, like Mike Trout. They've talked all offseason. For one, that's a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know for a fact he's probably like, hell yeah, I'll see you in 2 years, man.
Well, they're, what do you call it? They're like this.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
and
best
for one,
friends.
Trout's, you know, a home name team. I mean, a player.
Well, guys came in the league the same year, you know, linked to each other from day one in terms of who's going to be better.
Exactly.
And what better thing to do when you both have a chance to go somewhere is go here. And I think anybody out there that doesn't think Harper signing with the Phillies had also a lot to do with talking to Trout and Trout saying, guess what? You go there and I'll follow you.
Yep, exactly.
And Harper's like, you sure? And he's like, yup. He's like, they're offering me a big deal, but I want to win.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I want to make sure that we have – because I think that's what he said. You know, that's a big question to Harper is – and I believe another reason he's signing here is because he trusts ownership. Because through 13 years, things are going to change. But your ownership – you expect to be there. So now you have to believe in this ownership that they have a willingness and a want to win baseball games and win championships when you're still in a 13-year commitment.
Yep.
No trade clause.
That's huge.
No opt-outs.
That's huge.
That's saying I'm in one place for the rest of my career. So you trust ownership a lot, and I believe that he trusted Mike Trout a lot, saying, hey, let's go start our own little super team like they do in the NBA.
Yep. Right. And as Harper said, it may not be this year, but give it a few years, a.k.a.
in the next 2 years,
Trout comes in, that's perfect.
It's happening. It's a done deal.
Right.
Because he already talked about it. He's not talking contract spring. He's not talking contract this season.
Yeah.
Now, that means the Angels only have 1 year to do it. Now, what I will not do is I'm not trading for him.
No.
Okay?
No.
Because you would want Nola or something like that, and I'm not giving up a top 5 arm.
No.
I'm not going to hurt one position to become – for this, you know what I mean? I'll just wait because I know I can get you in free agency.
Right.
Now, I got no problem. The Angels offer him $450. Dude, we print money. We're a top 5 market. You back $500 million in a Brink truck, and you call it a day.
Right.
You gave him Eagles tickets for life. Boom.
Well, he's already got that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's on the sideline every week.
Give him like 5% ownership in the
There you go,
Eagles.
exactly.
Well, that was a big thing that Tom and I mentioned a while ago. You're going to have to probably give him partial ownership of this team.
I think shares are coming.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
so.
shares, like within the next 10 years, there's going to be some shares given.
Okay,
now, it's going to be worded and lawyered up the right way where you don't have ownership or say or voting shares, but you have you get revenue kickbacks and stuff like that. Makes sense?
Yeah.
So it just spices your deal up where you might make a couple extra million a year, nothing crazy, but you'll make a little extra.
Right.
And it's ways where these contracts you can get away from. I'm thinking you can get away from $600, $700, $800 million contracts with okay, we'll give you $450 and we'll give you 1.5%.
Right.
Yeah.
Which over a life of 10 years is probably going to get you. If you're making $5 million a year off of that percent, you're doing all right.
Oh yeah.
So it's still a little extra.
Yeah, totally agree.
Well, again, going back to the Harper thing, and this led to a bunch of reports throughout the week when Harper said there's a guy in free agency in 2 years that I think that would be interested in coming here. You heard the Angels owner, he called the league.
He got pissed.
Well, the man's shitting his pants right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Stop talking to him.
Yeah, right? He's on my team, not your team. Come on now.
Right.
But it's like the same thing because he probably knows that he's going to have to probably, even if they even get a chance to keep him, spend a ton of money.
Right.
They'll have to offer him more than the Phillies, and that's not going to happen. There's just no way.
Well, even then, though, with the Angels, now, correct me if I'm wrong, they did not make the playoffs last year, right?
No.
No. When was the last time they made the playoffs?
I want to say it was in
Angels?
What, 2010, 09 maybe I'd say? Because I know in their division right now, they have not been top team for a while now.
And that's another part of the concern.
Because they had what's the guy's name? No, they got the pitcher from that OT guy. Whatever his name is, that weird dude.
Yeah, let me see if the family knows.
I forget his name.
Know.
Now,
But,
you had two big guys on that, but the thing is that Trout is not a player that can bring you a ring with nobody around you.
Right, and that's just how it is with baseball.
Yeah,
you need a complete team around you. Now,
that's why the Phillies the next few years will be the best lineup in baseball.
I'm telling you right now, in the next 2 years, when Trout comes here,
sign Dallas already. Come on now, give me Dallas.
But I'm telling you right now, we're going to be the Golden State Warriors of baseball.
Oh, without
and you
doubt.
can quote me on that right now. And all the family out there
Harper,
can quote me on
Nola, Trout, Segura, all of them big guys. They're going to be huge. You're going to be that one team like the Cubs were 2 years ago, where you had 7 All-Star players on the team.
Right.
It's going to happen. There's nobody going to stop in the NL. The only team that I think that will give them any kind of doubt would be the Braves. Other than that, there's not a single team. There's the Cubs, not that good anymore. Mm-hmm. The Dodgers, okay, yeah, the Dodgers, okay.
They make the World Series every year, but they can't close.
They can't do jack shit.
Right.
They're like the Nationals. They say, oh, they're the best team in the NL, and blah, blah, blah. They can't finish.
And we said that a couple years ago, too, when they were stacked.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't
didn't make the playoffs. They lost out, and then what? The Braves got ahead of them, the Mets got ahead of them, the Phillies got ahead of them for. It's just they're not the same. They're not the team that people want them to be. It's not going to happen.
No, and I agree with that. But just looking at this lineup right now,
oh, dude,
this lineup's scary.
It's scary.
And Kapler's going to have fun with this right now.
Hopefully.
Kapler's going to have fun with this.
I hope to God he keeps the same lineup every single game.
Now, mind you, will Kapler do his rotations? Maybe.
Yeah. He may do it to try it out, every single week. Like say, 1 week I'll have Harper maybe bat 4th to the 3rd. I'll move things around to see who plays better on this spot. It's gonna happen. Him and Odubel Herrera don't get along that well. He may not even start this year, to be honest. From what I'm hearing,
I think he'll start, but I think he'll be more like the bottom of the rotation.
And if Quinn comes back this year, see ya.
Well, see, here's the thing. I love Glover Quinn.
Yeah.
Can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Now, if he was able to stay healthy and whatever, Herrera wouldn't even be.
Oh God, he'd be gone.
It's not even a question.
He'd be gone.
But Quinn's hurt again.
Yep, that's the thing. But I think with him and then Franco, he needs to go.
You think Franco needs to go?
I have never ever been a fan of Franco. I've always thought he hits the homers here and there when you want it, but Franco to me is not your top tier, even third baseman. He's not that good at fielding. Okay. He can hit. I'll give him that here and there.
Right.
But other than that, no.
Well, you have to remember too. Last year, now mind you, we have a completely redone squad.
Oh yeah.
But remember when last year Franco got hurt, the team suffered.
Yeah.
We didn't get as many runs.
I agree.
We didn't play as well.
That was a big problem. And I mean, like, they had Santana, and that he was, like, he was a hit or miss kind of day or week and all that.
We just paid him to take walks. That's all that
exactly.
was. We just paid him to take
So, I mean,
walks.
now with Hoskins playing first again, which is huge, I think that's perfect.
Oh, it is.
And, I mean, your outfield is now stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Yeah,
infield
Dubel
is now
starts.
stacked.
The
Yeah.
Dubel starts.
Yeah.
And you
The
got,
Dubel starting in the
Harper, you got McCutcheon. McCutcheon, in my opinion, was probably the best signing out of all of them.
Outside of Harper.
Outside Harper, I think that was the biggest signing that we made this offseason.
And
I would go Segura.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, but that was. But I mean, not trade though. I mean, like as just signing wise.
just a
True.
straight signing. Yeah.
Now you know when we got Segura, I lost my mind,
Oh yeah.
and we
'Cause-
got him for nothing.
Exactly.
We got him for nothing.
Nothing at all. And you got an all-star shortstop that can give you great plays for most the whole year.
Right.
Because you went up the middle. So you win by pitching. You got to be able to throw the baseball.
Right.
You win behind the plate. All right, you win up the middle, second base, shortstop, and center field.
Yeah.
So you got to win up the middle. And to me, this team is built to win up the middle. And I think when you can put a guy like Herrera down in your lineup and take pressure off a guy like that and Franco, I think this lineup's loaded.
Oh, it
I
absolutely.
really do. I think 1 through 5, you're going to see a lot of consistency. You're going to see a lot of the same lineup.
I love having Harper and Hoskins back to back.
It's got to be Harper, Hoskins.
It's gonna be the next
Raul
Judge
Muto.
Stanton. I'm telling you now, dude. It's
I,
gonna be the next Judge Stanton.
You think?
I mean, after today, Harper got walked.
Now watch yourself
and
now.
Hoskins hit a big
Watch
bomb.
yourself, because
I
you're
mean,
going to piss
straight-
Kyle off and the rest of Yankees Nation.
It's all
Golf
right.
going.
I don't care.
Whatever. We'll beat them too.
Like I truly think that with them being as young as they are, they're gonna be the same duo as Stain and Judge. They both have the power,
Right.
and they're both they just how they are, and they have the chemistry.
Right, and plus it takes a lot of pressure off of Hoskins. Too.
Exactly.
It
This
takes
lineup's just as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make an argument just as good. It can compete with the Yankees of the world and it can compete with the Red Sox of the world.
Definitely.
I can make that case.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 through 5 is loaded when you talk about McCutcheon, Segura, Harper, Hoskins, JT, and then you go Franco,
And Kingery.
say you go Franco, Dubel, Hernandez, because Kingery stinks.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
like to me, he stinks. He's underneath every baseball.
Yeah.
He has a launch angle swing, dude. Babe, you're a puppy.
I think he's
you're not
dropped
big.
too early. I think it's too early.
Like, you're just not big enough to try to hit everything out of the ballpark. So
Right.
he's a whatever to me. He's going to get a chance, but I think it's Franco's position to lose at third.
Yeah.
And he'll get days there. He'll play.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely
He'll play. But you're a win now. You're win now mode
Right.
that quick. And when you look at like going against the Red Sox or Yankees, like I'll throw Nola and feel good going into that game against their aces
Right.
with my ace. So it's exciting times.
Oh, absolutely. Now the question, this just popped in my head.
Oh, here we
Now,
go.
if and when, what are you looking at?
Brian's comment says, when it comes to tampering, Bryce over LeBron. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love it.
No, but is it really tampering though?
I mean, nowadays they take it as tampering. I don't really think tampering. I mean, you can't have a player not contact because they're friends. They're not gonna not say, hey, but you want to come to the Phillies?
Right.
They're not gonna not do that. It's gonna happen no matter what.
Right.
And LeBron and Davis are the same way. They're friends. You saw Davis was going to L.A. LeBron was like, yo, come to L.A., help me win.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's not, I mean, with the league, I think that after the whole Chris Paul trade that happened years ago where NBA said no, that's the big thing because now people don't want to build super teams. But the Warriors are that.
Right.
So, I mean, it's going to happen no matter what, but the thing is it tampering or not? I don't know. I'm not, the owner of a
The
sport.
Angels. Yeah.
Or the Angels, yeah. So, I mean, and I don't think it is, but in a way, I guess it is in the same way. But
And he's, what do you call it? The owner of the Angels, he's panicking right now.
oh, hell yeah.
He's panicking right now because you saw the report. I think it was a couple weeks ago. They said they were rumored to offer him. I think it was like $350.
Now, didn't they already give him, then they offer him a contract like last year, and he said no?
He said he wanted. I know he said he wanted to wait until after the season
Yeah.
to even
Think
start
about it.
talking about that. He just
Yeah.
wants to play baseball.
Because I think now the owner of them are just like, okay, well, there is rumors that he's coming to Philadelphia. I think they're in now. I need to sign him now before he leaves.
Right.
But he's not going to sign unless they win it all. And it's not going to happen.
No.
There's no way with the way their team is. There's nobody that can even compete to even the lowest grade guy on the field is with Kingery, like he says.
Right.
Kingery, there's not a player on the Angels that can even compete with him, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They have two guys, and that's it.
Right.
No pitching, There's no depth. There's no infield. That's it. There's nobody.
Mm-hmm. Now, it goes to my point that I was talking about earlier when we were talking about Bryce Harper.
Mm-hmm.
With his sales, and Harper broke records.
Oh yeah.
What do you think is going to happen when we sign Trout?
It's gonna be even more now.
It's going to be insane.
You might as well get that Trout Harper shirt out already.
You think tickets are selling now?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, my God.
They're going to be sold out for an entire year if you get Trout and Harper.
It's going to be like trying to get a season ticket with the Eagles. It's going to be impossible.
Exactly. Wait years for that shit. It's not going to happen at all.
No. You're going to have to hop on that train real quick, even when free agency
You might as well
starts.
do it the day it starts, because Trout might wait again, like Harper, and wait till the last minute.
I don't see him waiting. Like, if he knows where, and most of the league knows where he wants to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So if he knows where he wants to be, then I don't see him waiting that long. Now there will be things that'll drag it on.
Yeah, like Harper, like King's like, oh, like I want to see you. You're a San Fran. You're near my hometown. Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Right.
But other than that, I don't see another team other than, from what I've been hearing, is the Yankees and even the Cubs are going to be the Cubs, Yankees, and Phillies are the top 3 teams that want Trout.
Yeah,
now, in my opinion, the Yankees can't afford him, so I don't know why they even talk to that.
Well, you guys go over the salary.
Yeah, because they have Judge coming up, Severino. Well, no, they have him. They got Judge, and you got Torres and Sanchez. There's no way in hell you're going to give Trout $500 million.
Well,
no way in hell.
What are you guys going to do with Stanton, though, too? Like,
Well,
once Judge's contract comes up, what are you guys going to do with Stanton?
I don't know. Well, by then, it's kind of like we half paid off, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true, too. But at the same time, he's my favorite player.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I'm a big Giancarlo guy.
To me, Harper is just how it is.
No, but all right. So let's get into, I guess, predictions. Since you're a Yankee fan, I'll give it to you. Where do you think you guys are going this year?
I think this year with the AL, I don't think Boston is as strong as last year. The best team in the AL right now, in my opinion, is the Yankees. There's just nobody. And the Astros, I think, will maybe get them run for money, but the Boston Sox are not. They're not as strong as last year, in my opinion. Now, they got their ring, but I think that from what I've seen, I just don't think that they're going to go back-to-back.
You just don't see it?
I think the Yankees this year, they added more with depth. They added more with pitching. I think that they're now a more all-around team. Like last year, they were more like they had the good spots and they had like some depth, but they didn't have the chemistry. This year, they have the depth. They have the pitching, all that. They have their star guys now.
Right.
With getting the guy from Seattle. They got the guy from the Colorado Rockies reliever. They got in my opinion, the Yankees have the best bullpen in the league. There's nobody that has 5 top all-star relievers in the league.
Okay.
There's no about it, and that's tough. But I mean, I think in NL it's Phillies. There's not a team other than the Braves that I think will compete with Phillies at all.
And I can agree with that. Now, if we had a Dallas Keuchel or something like that.
Oh, if you got Dallas,
then sky's the limit.
It's over.
Sky's the limit.
Because we need. I love Noah. He's, in my opinion, the best pitcher in the league. He's no matter what.
Do you think he's number one?
He's number one.
Okay.
It's him, Severino, and Sale. I hate Sale, but I'll give him third. But I mean, there's not a team other than the Phillies and the Braves. And if the Phillies were to get Dallas, it's over. Because you have Nola, you have Jake, you have Dallas, you have top 2 guys. You're just set.
Right.
And I mean, you need a closer, but sorry, Tom, but do not give Craig Kimbrell $100 million.
No, I know Tom's a big Kimbrell
know.
guy. Tom's a huge Kimbrell guy.
I mean, it'd be great.
Yeah, maybe not that much.
Yeah, like I'd give him maybe $50 million, but if you're a closer, you have one good year, you're not getting $100 million. There's just no way in hell.
No,
it's not happening.
Well, how old's Kimbrell now? Kimbrell's like what?
Well, Kimbrell's pretty young, but he's had one good season.
No,
so
okay.
I mean,
yeah, let me look up Greg.
Look at Chapman. I mean, he got paid last year, but he got around the Cubs and then blew up.
Right.
So I mean,
no, I know what you mean there, but let me see. Greg Kimbrell. He's 30. Okay. And then Keuchel's how old?
I think Keuchel's 28, 31.
Okay.
So I mean, he's older, but I mean he's still an ace. He's still a top
definitely
ace.
is. Right.
So I mean, with Nola, Dallas, I'm not a fan of Jake at all. But I mean, he's still a good pitcher.
He's a great pitcher. Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, if you had those three guys, you got to set, in my opinion.
What do you think, Tom?
But we need relievers, though.
No, I think the Phillies are in great shape. I think they're the team to beat right now in the NL.
Right. Now again, I'm going off of really what I'm going to be bold here. Remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl? How we made all these moves and whatever, and they all worked.
Yeah.
And then we ended up winning the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of that with the Phillies. With all these offseason moves that they've made, they completely transformed the team. Right now, the team looks great.
Yeah.
Like on paper, the team looks great. We'll see how it looks the regular season. I don't see them having an issue.
No. And if they do, I'm sorry, but Gabe, see it. You do not get this lineup, and you do bad.
Right.
I don't care who you are. You could be a first-year manager for all I care.
Well, that's another question I'll hit to the family, too, is do you have faith in Gabe Kapler?
See, now, I do. I know Tyler will say no, he hates Gabe Kapler.
Okay.
But, I mean, in my opinion, I think with him having that year, and now with Manuel here and helping them out, I think that's a huge, huge help.
Right.
You brought Rollins in, you brought these guys in, and they're gonna show him what happened, maybe even in 08. Hey, this is how I did it. You do the same thing.
Right.
You have the lineup that, in my opinion, is now better than the 08 team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just nobody that – see, the 08 team was fantastic. They had the pitching, though. Now, we don't have the pitching as 08 did, but you have the lineup that's a lot better than 08. So, I mean, if he keeps his lineup the same way as, every day you have the same thing. You don't change it.
Well, Gabe's going to experiment.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen, sadly. But I know for a fact that Gabe, if he finds that right lineup, he's fine.
Oh, yeah, and I agree. But you'll start seeing him. I don't think it'll be as bad as it was last year.
No.
Because you remember how bad those first three games were last year.
And then the Phillies
everyone wanted him out after the first three games. Yeah. And then they played well. And then injuries started happening. People started getting hurt. We started losing games, and then we found our way back again. But it was too late. We were out of the playoff race.
Yeah, because they go on a big hot streak, and then once you started, he had problems with Duval Herrera, and then the line wasn't just that great. Then the team started falling apart a little bit.
Right.
And then they went downhill from there. I mean, the Phillies had the number 1 seed in the NL East locked in.
Right.
For at least more than a month and a half.
Okay.
Like they were like the team to beat, and then out of nowhere the Braves blew up.
Yeah.
Then I was like, who the hell are you guys? I mean, like, what the hell? Like, who the hell are you, Acuna? Like, what, dude? Like,
right.
But I mean, like the Phillies now have the roster to get a ring in the next few years.
Yeah,
I won't say it this year. I will say maybe next year. I say playoffs, maybe the World Series appearance, but I don't see a ring this year.
Okay.
I think that this team has the ability to do it, but I think that they're still young. Gabe's still a new manager. I think having the playoffs appearance and having that experience is huge.
Oh yeah.
So absolutely. I think with Gabe having that, and I think he can run. Like look at Doug P. His first year was horrible,
right?
But he had to he had to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Second year in the league, I mean, as a head coach, he got a ring.
Right.
But you don't ever really see that.
Well, the last time I think we saw it, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it was Pete Carroll with Seattle.
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but obviously I agree with what you said, but we can all agree that Gabe's gone if we don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
If we don't make the playoffs, Gabe Kapler's gone.
Same Brett Brown. It's like that all over again.
Uh-oh.
I mean, like Brett Brown, he's changed that Sixers team a lot, but you have the players like the Phillies do, and you have your All-Stars. You have what you've wanted for years now. Both teams have been in a huge drought for years now.
Right.
And now Philly's hungry. They want more rings.
Mm-hmm.
You have the teams, you have the players to do it with. You can't mess it up.
Right. And I'm going back 2 years. I think winning the Super Bowl and now us signing Harper, I think this makes this place a destination. The Flyers are on the
without doubt.
Flyers are on the way up.
Yeah.
Sixers are going to get better over time. Embiid and Simmons throw 23 and 24, 22, 24. They're going to get better. Eagles are just going to keep playing well.
They're going to win no matter what.
And then the Phillies, they're the new team right now.
Yeah.
They're the new team right now.
They're
the
new Eagles,
right.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I agree. But trying to think. All right, let's get into, before we have to go, let's get into a little Sixers real quick.
All right.
Even though you're not a Sixers fan, but.
Mm.
You want to tell them your team, or should I?
Talon's going to hate me more now, man. Come on now. All right, I mean, I go OKC all the way.
I mean,
I'll support the Sixers for Jake and them, but I'm not like how I would follow the Phillies and the Eagles as much as I would for the Sixers.
No.
Like, I'll follow them because I'm from Philadelphia no matter what. Like, I'll follow them. Like, believe me, I loved Landry, and I was so pissed off when he got traded. Now I love Harris. I mean, he's a great player on that, but that trade to me was just like, you have a top tier young guy, you get rid of him. I mean, Tobias has done great for him. I mean, don't get me wrong,
right.
But I mean, I think Landry was that young piece that was, the added young dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it happens. It's the business.
Right. And Brett Brown said, I think almost a year ago, or no, not even a year ago, he said we were star hunting.
Mm-hmm.
We got the stars in here, but our only issue right now is the bench.
So now, yes, that's
our big issue.
That's been their problem for a while now. They've never had the depth.
Right.
Now, I mean, with having some young guys off the bench is great and all, but you need to get people that aren't all-stars on a team as well. Like,
right.
You need to add more guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think Jimmy's going after this year. I mean, without doubt.
I don't see it.
I just don't see him coming back. I mean, yeah, his numbers went down. He was great at first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like, oh yeah, big all-star, but then now with him being on the team and seeing how he's playing everybody, I just don't see him coming back.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
And yes, Ralphie, he'll go to the Lakers for you, all right? Be happy now.
Well, I was seeing a report earlier in the week, that the Lakers were going to offer him, like, close to, like, a max deal.
Oh, God.
Or, like, close to, like, somewhere
And
around,
this is
like, the
why
110.
LA does not win rings now.
No, I'm not arguing it, but...
I just don't think that Jimmy's a great player. He's a great all-star, but he's not the guy you want to build your team around. Like, I mean, yeah, the whole problem with Minnesota and how he played and the players and all that, but I think now in Philadelphia, and he's not having issue with players, but you're seeing him how he's playing. He's not playing at his top level.
Right.
He hasn't been the same since Chicago, in my opinion.
He
had a good year in Minnesota and all that, but I mean, since Chicago, he's not had that all-star feel with me.
No, and I agree with that. But now on paper, everyone will look at the names on the roster and be like, "Oh, we got all-stars, we got this, we got that." But Jimmy Butler hasn't made an all-star appearance in a couple years. Now, mind you, he's still good.
Yeah.
But he hasn't played to that all-star level in a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see him coming back? No. Especially after that situation that happened in what was it? In Chicago, the game the other night.
Dude, that was
you saw Jimmy. What do you call it? Jimmy wasn't happy.
No,
you saw the quotes that came out. What he said about Brett Brown.
How do you lose to Chicago? That was my big thing. Like, you come out. I mean, yeah, you're still out with Joel with and Ben all that. But I mean, you can't lose to a low team. Like, I get mad when OKC loses to a bad team.
Right.
It's just, in my opinion, it can't happen. More than it happens more now. I mean, no game's perfect. Like, you're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some. But I mean, when you come out and you have that lineup, I get it when more guys are hurt or they're on the bench and they play bad. Even with the OKC game, we had no Paul George and you guys won technically by 2 points.
Right.
Like, that just doesn't happen at all.
No, I know what you mean. But
like,
I was actually hoping they would go on like a decent run like they did last year when Embiid was hurt. But right now they just look lost. Yeah. They look completely lost. Like, the first couple games, I'll say they played well. Mm-hmm. But now that they've played, like, playoff caliber teams and that whole thing.
I think Embiid is your main dude. With that, even Ben Simmons is, the young main guy too. But I think without Joel in the lineup, the team is lost.
No, I agree. And what do you call it? We posted a quote earlier from A2D that Kobe was commenting. He was giving Ben a little constructive criticism. Yeah. After his career, like, when his career is all said and done, if he does not develop a jump shot,
he's done.
He's going to regret it. He's going to regret it for the rest of his life.
He gets a jump shot, he is the next LeBron James.
Oh, I agree. If he gets with the abilities that he has now, if he gets a jump shot, and I've said this for years since we drafted him.
Scary.
If he's able to shoot from the 3-point line, if he's able to do that, or just even what do you call it?
Even on the outside a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
right. If he can just get comfortable doing that, then
And you see it at practice, he's making those turnaround shots.
You're right.
Or is that the game? You know, that's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
you do this all the time in practice.
right.
You should be able to do it in the game too.
No, I agree. But see, my issue is with the Sixers going forward. We have a great team. We have a it's a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt. But you're going to have to pay Tobias Harris after this year.
Yep.
And he's going to get paid.
Oh yeah.
And the issue that I have with that, like, I don't get me wrong, I would love to bring him back, and I believe we are, but that also hurts you in the long run with bringing people for the bringing in guys for the bench and that whole thing.
Because I think their Sixers' main issue now is the bench. No matter what, you can legit have just Ben Simmons and a bid on your entire team, and have decent guys on your starting and depth. Your team will be unstoppable.
Right.
I mean, you don't necessarily need to have 4 big all-stars to be a top team. Yeah, you want me the Warriors, all that, but I mean, the Warriors are going to fall apart this year. KD's gone. Clay's gone. You have Draymond and Steph Curry. Wow.
Right.
I mean, like, Draymond Green, in my opinion, is trash.
Well,
like,
he's not how he used to be now.
Yeah, and I mean, Steph Curry, yeah, he's the best point guard in the league. I mean, you can't win a championship with that lineup. Even the Warriors had no depth.
Right.
As you saw when Steph Curry was out, they played horrible.
And you could see them. What do you call it? You can see some chinks in their armor this year too.
Yeah.
That they're not the team that they used to.
Look at Boston. Boston destroyed them the other day.
Right.
And in my opinion, the Sixers' biggest threat
Is
Boston.
Boston, right.
And you got Toronto. I mean, Toronto is really good. I don't know how they are, but they're really good. I mean, Kawhi is a great player on that.
I was going to say they have a little player called Kawhi.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like Toronto. In my opinion, Toronto is always a number 1 team in the East,
and then they
go lose.
Right.
They're the Nationals of the NBA. It's how it is. But like the Sixers, their big thing is Boston, and at this rate, at the season end of the day, they be playing Boston.
Right.
Like last year, they played Boston and they lost.
Well, if we start the playoffs right now, yeah, they're playing Boston.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the big issue. I mean, you guys, they need to find a way to beat them. I mean, the way they're 2-9 against all the teams, that's not something you want to look into the playoffs with that.
And we haven't actually beaten. I don't think we have I know we have a losing record against Boston. I just can't remember it right now. Just in the past 3 years alone. That's my big concern is, what do you call it? We play Boston in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. I'm not scared of Boston or anything like that. I would love to play Boston. But I'm just worried about it's just going to be 0-4.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah. And if they go 0-4, you could say bye-bye Brett Brown.
You think so?
Yeah. If you guys get swept in the first round, he's gone. I mean, who knows? I mean, they might say give him another year.
Right.
But if I was a GM and you have the line you have today and you go 0-4 against Boston,
right.
See you later.
Well, you also have to look at it, too, to where Brett Brown also came from he came into the Sixers with arguably the worst roster in the NBA.
So he's changed around the team a hell
absolutely.
of a lot.
And I think he's still getting used to that winning culture because he was so used to losing.
Which is why, see, I really think that they can. I see them giving him another year.
Right.
But I mean, if I was the GM, I'd be like, see you later.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not. So
again, me personally, I think he's one of the better basketball coaches in the league.
I agree.
But at the same time, it's not as much about the coaches in the NBA as it is the players. It's a player-driven league.
Yep, exactly.
You can have the best coach in the world in basketball, but if you don't have the players around you,
look at Popovich.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The Spurs, I mean, they're 8th in the West right now, but you have the best coach right now, and you don't have anybody around you.
Right.
You can't do shit.
No, and I agree. But I don't. That's my big concern.
Yeah.
Like, as far as the Sixers go, I think that's my huge concern.
I agree.
Now, will it hurt them long term? I don't know. Will they keep Brett Brown if they get swept in the first round of the playoffs? If they get swept, I don't see it. As much as I would love to see Brett Brown back, I just don't see him coming back if we just get now, if we get manhandled, no, he's gone.
Yeah, no. I do agree.
And that's my big concern. That's been my big concern for his whole tenure, especially these past 2 years. He tends to struggle. Like, I've noticed, he struggles with the adjustments and that whole thing. If you watch us play Boston the last game,
oh man,
and they went on a run in the early game, you just saw him sit on the bench like, I don't know what to do. Like you just saw, like he didn't say it obviously, but you
just
saw that
his face.
look on his face, like he's like, I don't know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
and that's concerning.
Yeah, you can't be a coach in the league like that and you have top players and be that way. You can't do it, and
Right.
against a top team in the East.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as everything that we've talked about, I think as far as Philly sports goes and everything else, we're on the way up.
Oh, definitely.
Like we're gonna be.
And it started with the Eagles. The Eagles got that ring, and I think other teams in Philly started seeing that if the Eagles can do this, why can't we?
Right.
And they started that culture of having that, that whole family feel and the great stars, and now the Flyers coming a little more now, the Phillies, the Sixers. I mean,
Right.
it's great to be honest.
Oh, it is. Now, going into talking about the end of the NBA season, who's getting the number 1 pick? Because I talked to a couple of my buddies.
It's going to be Lakers.
Okay, so we're on the same page as far as that goes.
I really think that the NBA is rigged somehow in the lottery because the Sixers had one of the worst records like 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They got the number 1 pick once.
Right.
Like that does not happen.
No.
LA was an okay team, and they were like no, like they had the top pick. I'm like, how do you not be? It's like they should not have the lottery and have it as NFL. You have the worst team to the best team.
That's how I always see it.
Like,
I don't.
That's
I just
why
don't get the lottery.
everything else is great, and the NFL that way, and the baseball that way. I mean, baseball is a draft, no one cares.
Right.
But I mean, besides the point, it's just like the NFL is that way, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
The NBA needs to do that.
Well, I think it adds a bit of like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not anticipation, but I get excitement. I guess you could say just excitement because be like, oh, you're one of the teams in the lottery, being like, okay, well, we have a chance.
And look at the NBA. I mean, NFL. Like, you have people that come in at, let's say you're the worst team in the league right now. They will lose out for a reason.
Right.
NBA, you do that, you could have the 4th pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like right there, it screws you.
Yeah.
Like this year, Ariel and Zion, it's not going to happen if you're a 4th team. If you're the worst team, it may not happen.
No, and I agree. Now, me personally, I don't think Zion's worth the hype.
No,
I think his teammate over at Duke is
he's a hell of a lot better.
Long term, he's going to be much better.
He can shoot, he can rebound, all that. He is an all around great player.
Oh, he is.
Now, I mean, if I was them, I would wait. I'm not all for signing a freshman out of college being the number 1 pick. To me, you haven't proven to me that you are the future of my team.
Right.
Like, I mean, LeBron James. Okay, you're LeBron James. You're a high
Came
school
out
player,
of high school,
so
yeah.
I mean that's different.
Right.
But I mean, like people like that, they take chances on that. But look at a lot of players that have been a top player and they came a bust. Markelle Fultz, Greg Oden. It happens all the time. Like if I was a college player, I would stick it at least 2 or 3 years.
Don't say Markelle Fultz is a bust. He didn't get a chance. He didn't get a chance.
I mean,
I'm so sick.
I said,
hold on. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tirade for a minute. I'm so sick of people saying, "Oh, Markelle Fultz is what do you call it? He's has the potential to be the next great player." Don't forget, he got a triple-double last year in the Sixers game. Don't forget.
Wow, 1 triple-double, man. Holy shit.
He came off the bench. Don't forget.
Wow.
He's the number 1 pick for a reason.
No.
Most overrated prospect.
If I was
coming
a
out of
Sixers
college.
GM, I would have taken Jason Tatum in a heartbeat.
Thank you.
If you had Jason Tatum on your team,
Mm-hmm.
they would be phenomenal.
Oh, there's no doubt.
They would be phenomenal.
Right.
Even Jaylen Brown. I mean, like you guys. Well, no, Simmons. Never mind. But I mean, Jason Tatum, with the way he was number 2 pick and how the way he played, even in the playoffs, he looked phenomenal in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Markelle Fultz didn't even play in the playoffs.
Right.
So I mean, like you want to have a guy for the long run. You go for the hype. You can't always go for hype. You got to look at the stats. Markelle Fultz, he did good in college and all that, but he wasn't a top tier point guard.
Right.
He was all about the hype, and then the Sixers hopped on it, and now he's nobody.
Well, even then though, you look at him in college. He never, what do you call it? You never saw him take over a game. You never saw him.
You just saw him score a lot. Okay, wow, like.
Right. Well, my thing was too. I liked him coming out of college. I didn't think he was a number 1 pick.
No, hell no.
But you looked at his shot in college; it was fine.
Oh yeah.
And then he comes in the NBA. He's like, oh, well, Markelle Fultz is changing his jump shot. I'm like, why?
That is the worst thing to do when you are the number 1 pick.
I'm like, why would you change his jump shot? His jump shot was fine. It was smooth. It was wet. It was just, it was simple.
Like, now you
It's
have
a simple,
where he
clean
can't
jump
even
shot.
freaking shoot now.
Right.
You know? Only shot you need to change Lonzo Ball shot, okay?
Oh, that sideways.
That sideways thing is not normal, okay? That's like, Tim Tebow throwing the football. It's not normal. Like...
Oh, how he just, like, contorts his whole body to throw the football.
And just go like this. It's like, what do you do?
Right, he stretches
Even
all the way out.
Newton, how he goes, oh, here we go, and just tosses it out.
But the thing is with Cam, though, it works. That's the difference.
He has strength.
Well, he's a genetic freak regardless, matter how you look at it. But
overrated.
Yeah. But no. I agree. I just don't see how. What do you call it? Going back to the Markelle Fultz thing, how we got a trade done to even get him out of here?
Well, it's fantastic. Alden Brand is the new Hal Edwards in Philadelphia.
Oh, he's making moves. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And you're starting to see reports now. They got on a call, I think, with the radio station out in Florida. They were talking about. They had the Orlando Magic's GM on the station talking about how how's he doing? What do you call it? How's he looking? He's like, oh, he's not even with the team right now.
Yeah. And
they're like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, he's out in L.A. rehabbing. You're not even with your new team.
Even in the same state.
Like, what are you doing? You're literally all the way across the country.
This is why some people should not be able to run teams.
Just because. I agree.
Like,
I agree.
People, like, this is what happened to the Browns, how the Browns were so bad for so many years.
Right.
Like, you need the Browns passed on Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson, and you pass on so many great players for what? Nobody's.
Well, I mean, they ended up getting Baker Mayfield, and then.
But I mean that's because you get new staff, new GM, all that.
Right.
But like people like that, like, let's trade for a first pick in the draft that hasn't played more than 5 games, and he changed his shot. He's now a new year, hasn't played a single game. Oh, let's go for him. Here you go. Like, dude, do you see what you're trading for now? Like, there's no reason for it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to put, what do you call it? I don't want to put a title, like not a title, but I just don't want to put a guy. I don't want to label a guy. But right now, how I'm seeing it, he's due what? I think he's due 20-something million next year or something. I could be wrong. I think it might be 10 or something. I could be wrong.
I hope it's like $5 million.
He's getting paid a good amount for being the number 1 pick.
He won that Chick-fil-A, man. Shit, God damn. Oh man.
No, but like I was saying, I just, like I said, I don't want to put a label on the kid. He's a young kid. He's only 22, I think, or not even 22. But at this point, he's getting.
You're looking at another Greg Oden, to be honest.
See, I'll disagree with that just because I think Oden had much more.
Odin did play.
Odin played him. Odin had a much more higher ceiling in my opinion.
But when Odin got hurt, he went down the drain.
Right.
Markelle Fultz didn't get the chance to even play and got hurt, and now he's going down the drain.
Right.
Like
I said, I don't want to put a label on him.
Yeah.
But right now, if I'm just looking at it black and white, just tunnel vision, seeing what's going on.
Now, watch him come next year and become like the all-star point guard.
Oh my God!
Could you imagine that one? Oh man.
See, I can't even be mad at that. Like, if he has a good career, good for him. I'll be happy for the kid. But at the same time, I like I said, I think how I look at it, the whole situation, and how everything transpired here, and how everything's going on right now in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna be one of those guys where he takes his money and goes.
Yeah. He's
gonna be out of the league in if he doesn't produce or he doesn't even play a game, he'll be out of the league.
Must be nice.
Out of the league, and you're $20+ million richer.
Look at that Parkey, man. You got what, guaranteed $13 million? He missed the damn pickle. Like, I mean, my man's getting paid all this money and kick a goddamn ball.
Oh, it's crazy.
I mean, he got cut, but he got guaranteed $13 million.
Right.
To kick a goddamn ball.
Right.
Like, I mean, anybody can do that. I mean, okay, no, I can't do that, but still. Like, I mean, you all saw the fans trying to do that. It wasn't working out too well, but I mean, still, like, right. You are an NFL player kicking a ball for a living and making over $10 million a year. That's just absurd.
Right. I agree. But you're saying as far as kickers are concerned?
Oh yeah, dude. Like if you are a kicker in the league, you deserve $2 million tops. Like, I mean, unless you're Adam Vinatieri.
Okay,
I
you
will-
saved yourself.
I
Okay,
will-
I was
I will
gonna
give
say
it to him
you're gonna get
'cause
people
he's
mad.
the GOAT, but I mean, like, if you are a Cody Parkey, if you are, I didn't go with Jake Elliott. I mean, you're not, you're in the league. In my opinion, the kicker's job in the NFL is crucial.
Mhm.
You're playing every game for your career. You
Right.
miss a field goal, you could be cut tomorrow.
Right. Well,
Like-
especially if it's like a what do you call it? I'm surprised Cody Park even lasted that long.
Yeah, look at
As
him.
soon as I got in the locker room, I'd be like, all right,
he
pack
got
your
cut
shit
by
up. And,
Philadelphia. He got cut by the Dolphins. He got cut by the
Dolphins.
goddamn Browns.
yeah.
I mean, like, come on now. Like,
Right.
at that time, the Browns were the Browns at
Right.
the time. So I mean, and then you go over to the Bears and get $13 million guaranteed. Get the hell out of here, man! Like, come on now.
Well, remember the Patriots just cut Gostowski, so they could be going that route.
Oh, God.
Unless they signed a kicker already, I could be wrong.
Don't bring somebody.
No, they signed. Oh God, what's
Don't you dare say that Florida State guy's name.
No.
Okay. Don't give me a Guara. I swear to God.
Last guy's name's ironically Blewett.
Blew it.
The hell's his last name? The hell's his first name? Kicker's
Uh,
last name with Blewett.
Blew it. Was he a starter?
I don't think so. I think he played for a couple teams in the league, but you're a kicker and your last name's Blewett.
All right, let's look it up. I want to know now. It's come by me.
I think it's like B-E. I don't even know how to spell it.
Let's see.
But you're a kicker in the league and your name's Blewett.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a guy named Whitehead. There's a guy named Blackman. I mean,
Well,
there's all that stuff with that.
I know that, but I'm saying that just the fact that the last name's Blewett and you're.
Right here it says Steven Gostowski.
Oh, they got this Gostowski?
Oh, no, never mind. Says Seattle. Let me go after them.
Seattle?
Yeah, they may go after them.
Well, who did they have last year?
They had
that Raiders
Steven-
kicker,
They
right?
had what's his name? Janik Olaski.
Janikowski, that's it. Right.
What the hell was this dude's name?
Pretty sure it was something Blewett. Now, mind you, I could be completely wrong.
I don't even got anybody yet. From what I see.
All right, yeah, then I
Yeah,
could.
they didn't get anybody yet.
Okay, then yeah, I could be wrong. It might not have been the Bears. It might have been some other team that got him. Yeah, let me see, because I know I have it. I have it somewhere. I was gonna bring it up in a topic later on, but we're actually a little overtime. Actually, come to think of it.
Oh, well, yeah, you are. Oh,
Yeah, we're like 30 minutes over. But anything else you wanted to go over? Or?
No, I think so. I think that's everything. You got Harper. You got the Eagles. You got Sixers. Hockey is, still maybe next week.
Maybe next week. Oh, Lord. I'm trying to think. There was one thing I did want to talk about. I forget. Yeah, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Ravens cut Eric Weddle.
You get to
Ran-
LA. I was
went to LA.
In 2 days, man. I was, oh my God.
Oh, the man's still playing well.
I don't know why they didn't come in the first place. He had a phenomenal year last year for them. He's
Right.
he's a Pro Bowler still and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. This free agent class, this free agent class as a whole, right now is stacked.
Oh yeah, you got D linemen, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. You got all the players.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for us, but I mean at the same time.
Now, is there anyone else outside of obviously the big names
Mm-hmm.
that you would want?
I would not mind giving a contract to maybe even Randall Cobb.
Really?
I think that if but I'll use him as like a fourth guy, maybe even just to give him even experience to even other players. Like he's been in the league for so long, I would not mind giving him a year contract to see how he does.
Right. I'm trying to think who would I'm trying to think. I mean, I wouldn't mind tying Thomas Davis to another year.
Oh, me either.
Like just
But the
as
thing
a
is
1
that
year.
you think he would leave the Panthers though?
Well, he's a what do you call it? He's a
What-
free agent
what do you
right
think?
now.
I think he'll resign though.
You think he will?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Unless I don't see him being like Peppers and leaving.
Right.
I think he's been there for his whole career. I think that if he isn't resigning with the Panthers, I think he'll leave. To be honest,
Mhm.
he'll retire.
No, I hear you. But
I mean,
you think he'll retire though?
he's what 35, 33.
Tom, what is he? 35? Thomas Davis.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
I mean, you're getting old. I mean, he's not performing the way he performed years ago. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to cover? Anything you want to put in, Tom? All right, guys. Thank you for watching. This has been the weekly roundup on A2D Radio, and we'll see you guys again next week.
next Saturday at 4 o'clock.
Next Saturday, 4 o'clock.